All right, 10, 11, and 12, solving a word problem with two unknowns using a linear equation. If we have two unknowns, we have to have two equations, a system of equations, in order to solve them. And so it says, on Friday, a local hamburger shop sold a combined total of 308 hamburgers and cheeseburgers. I like to use variables that make sense to me, so I'm going to use H for my hamburgers and C for my cheeseburgers. And if they sold a total of 308, it would mean if I took the number of hamburgers plus the number of cheeseburgers, I should have 308 altogether. The second sentence says the number of cheeseburgers sold there was 3 times the number of hamburgers sold. So when I read that, I want to look for the one that's mentioned first in my equation. The number of cheeseburgers sold. So the cheeseburgers is going to be set equal to something in terms of the hamburgers. The cheeseburgers. The number of cheeseburgers sold there was 3 times the number of hamburgers. 3 times the hamburgers, 3 H's. I'm going to solve this one by substitution. Since the C is set equal to 3 H's, I can get rid of the C and replace it with 3 H's. So now I have H plus 3H equals 308. And that's pretty easy to solve. I'm going to start by combining my like terms. 1H plus 3H would be 4H equals 308. And so in order to solve that, we just have to go ahead and divide by our 4. 308 divided by 4 gives me 77 hamburgers. Now I have to be careful to make sure I answer the question. This one says how many hamburgers were sold, but it could have asked me for how many cheeseburgers were sold. If it had asked me for the cheeseburgers, I'd have to go over here and multiply by 3. It didn't, so this is just going to be my answer. 77 hamburgers were sold. Number 11, a washer and a dryer cost $804 combined. Again, I'm going to use W for the washer, D for the dryer. So my washer's price plus my dryer's price was $804 altogether. The washer cost, the washer was mentioned first. So the washer costs is $98 less than the dryer. If I'm doing $98 less than something, I'm subtracting 98 from the price of the dryer, not starting with $98 and subtracting the dryer. I would get a negative number that way. So, $98 less than something, I'm subtracting 98 from the dryer. Again, since this is solved for the washer, we can get rid of the washer and replace it with the D minus 98. And so our equation says D minus 98 plus D equals 804. Really don't need the parentheses since there's no signs in front of that. I could put them there if I wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. D plus another D would be 2D minus 98 equals 804. I have to go ahead and add my 98 to move that over to the other side. So 2D is going to equal 804 plus 98, which is 902. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2. 451. So the dryer cost me $451. What is the cost of the dryer? That is the one I want. Had they wanted the washer, I would have had to subtract 98, but I did find the right one, and so 451 would be my answer. So just be aware that you could have the other one, and that you got to make sure that you're answering the question that they're asking. Do they want the washer or do they want the dryer? Just because you got to the end of your solving your equation doesn't mean that's the one they're asking for. So number 12. A total of 584 tickets were sold for the school play. They were either adult tickets or student tickets. So I'm going to use A for my adult, S for my students. I'll just have to try to make sure it doesn't look too much like a 5. So my number of adult tickets plus my number of student tickets would be 584 altogether, since there were a total of 584 tickets sold. The number of student tickets sold, so S, is going to be, was 3 times the number of adult tickets. So S is going to equal 3A, pretty similar to that very first problem we did. If my student tickets is 3 times my adult tickets, I can replace my student tickets with 3 times the adult tickets. So A plus 3A equals 584. And when I combine 1A plus 3A, I get 4A to equal 584. And then, of course, I have to divide by 4 in order to solve that. 584 divided by 4 is 146. So we had 146 adult tickets. How many adult tickets were sold? We got lucky again. That's the one they were asking for. So 146 is my answer.